Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to be playing Boros Prowess, if you would like to call it that. It's kind of like a super Prowess with Slickshot. It's not necessarily labeled as Prowess, and same with the Virtuoso. It's not necessarily labeled as Prowess, but it's that kind of play style that we're looking for in this kind of color scheme. We're not playing Convoke. We're going to play this one. It can actually win a little bit quicker than Convoke can at certain times, but we're basically hedging our bets using Slickshot, Show Off, and Demonic Ruckus here. We'll talk about it very briefly, but the main thing that we want to do and the curve that we kind of want is we want Demonic Ruckus on turn 1 to plot. We want to put it into our plot zone or exile. I think it just goes into exile, and we want that sitting there for when we plot this on turn 2. And then turn 3, we want to cast this Slickshot off the top rope, for free, because that's how that works. Maybe another Prowess creature like a Swift Spear or something, have this Ruckus go onto the Slickshot that has flying, cast something like a Monstrous Rage, hopefully, and then have a Lawrence Escape as protection. 3 mana is about all you really need to function with this deck. Once you get 3, you really don't ever want to see another land. Ideally, you want them all to be red-white lands, of course, but this deck has a lot of play. We did very well. We are playing in Mythic today, so you'll actually see it kind of up in that top tier, that top echelon of matchups and decks. We run into a lot of aggro, so we can kind of see how that mirror matchup goes. In theory, it's kind of a mirror matchup. We're just splashing white. But other than that, let's go ahead and hop into the games. Also, I do have a sideboard, but I don't know what is happening. It says there's 15 cards in there. My webcam covers it, but all I have is In the Festivities 1 Lithium Barrage. I don't know what's bugged. I'm going to try to export the Decklist sideboard to, if you want to play best of 3, you can play it there. We tried that earlier. We went 7-1 with it, so that was very cool in the best of 3 games. But outside of that, let's go ahead and hop into the game, see how it goes, and see y'all out there. Oh boy. If I've known anything about keeping aggro hands in my life, we keep this. Oh yeah, always punished. We'll plot just to make our Swift Spear a little bit dangerous. Plus, if this Ruckus goes away, we actually get to draw. Oh, a new card. We got a new card gamer here. Let's play Swift Spear. They're ready to commit crimes, that's for sure. And this has Menace, so let's just. It's a drain and a gain, right? Yeah. So let us just. Honestly, I should have probably just played the other Swift Spear here. But let's just go ahead and hit for 4. Call it a day. And then I can play Virtuoso maybe next turn here. Maybe they'll let me out. I don't know. Or maybe I just don't even worry about the bird. I think I overreacted to the bird. Because now I lose this to cut down and they get to hold up, go for the throat. Yep. I mean, we finally land, I guess. So I'm in the business of baiting out. I'll go for the throat here. Maybe not. There's no pause at all. I'm slamming this Virtuoso. I love Arena. It'll tell me if they have go for the throat or not. Jelly. The problem here is I might take damage, but if they don't block my Virtuoso, they could just die, so. Oh, I hit my microphone. Get one of these Slick Shots to go. Sure, that's fine. This one. They don't block. Sure. Take the chance. Yeah. Yeah. They don't block and they lose. And just like that, that's why Virtuoso is so good. That's the epitome of, like, if a Virtuoso is attacking and you have a Shieldred in play, my normal rule of thumb is I'm sacking my Shieldred if I can, because Virtuoso is very possible to kill me if my opponent has 2 mana open. Ooh. Probably like one of the only times that Sundown Pass is going to be like bad in our deck. For sure. No threat, but I'm just kind of hoping that we draw into one. We have a little bit of a slower hand than usual, so come on out. Ruckus. Now we have 3 mana. Our chance of drawing land are very low. Honestly, fantastic. Now we have protection. Play Codebreaker. Here. Now normally we'd want to get this Bramble familiar off the board, but we need to hold up his Lauren's Escape. Plus it has Menace anyway, so this can't block. It also has Trample. Because I thought Menace and Trample was a good thing. I'm not going to give them any chances to Leyline Binding here. Yeah, honestly. Let's set that up for a later turn. Obviously I can play it here, but I'm only afraid of like a board wipe, I think. If Kamano, if they block with Bramble Familiar on Kamano, that just gets Bramble Familiar off the battlefield and it takes their ramp away a little bit. I'm not committing anymore now. Uh-huh. So here's the thing, right? I could let that go, but it's definitely not worth it. That's cap. Everything I'm saying is cap. It's all a lie. Homestead, great on the top. So this stays around. Now they might be committed to remove it. They surveil again. They might have another Leyline Binding. It's very possible. But if they don't have a binding here, they're dead. In a couple of ways. Let's cast this for free. Do they have the mana for it? They have white. No. Okay. Yeah, sure. They concede. Oh, no threat sucks here. We keep and hope to draw a threat, though? I mean, any threat in his hand's good, right? We play a lot of them. I think we maul. Yeah. I mean, it works out in our favor, I think. Keep 6. Just bend. With this hand, we bend the plains. Here. Now, normally I want to plot this Slickshot, but I think if there's like tap land here, I just slam the Slickshot and attack. Oh, especially now. They have to have Lightning Strike, I think. Actually, is that more of a reason to plot this? Because like then I can protect it next turn by Homestead Couraging it. Yeah, I think that's the answer. They'll probably commit here, and then I can play with fire the Swift Spear. Like I can Slickshot, Homestead to Slickshot, which I guess puts the same amount on it, right? And now I can't remove this. Wow. This one? This one? This one? Get in there. I mean, it worked out. It looked like it worked out pretty well, but realistically not blocking. The only thing I'm afraid of is like a Witch Stalker Frenzy, which would suck. Mono, sure. We block. We do not block whatsoever. I don't care. No shot we block here. A 3/4 is so hard for them to get the answer to. Like, if this is Monstrous Rage, it does less than they think it does, because this will actually fall off, but who knows? They go for Lightning Strike. They're hoping I just don't have lethal, and I definitely do here. They let me do it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about attacking with Slickshot and not attacking with the other one, being like, oops. It'd be very toxic, though. I'm not going to do it. I'm lying. I'm not going to do it. Relax. Everybody calm down. Everybody like the random dog cam? Look at the dog. She just ate a lot of food. And now she's chilling. She's a happy dog. Happy dog. Opponent is choosing their hand. They take a maul, which makes me want to keep more. And I'm down to just play the Sundown Pass, double Swift Spear, kind of getting it. Prevail one, they left on top. Hello? Honestly, I guess I'm down to just play a Swift Spear, get aggressive, force him to maybe remove it. I'm mono red. He's scared. What is that? Enter the battlefield, death touch counter on it. Whenever it deals combat damage to the player, you may remove the death touch counter. If you do, exile target artifact or enchantment the player controls. Okay. This one actually works out well for me. I feel like they're gonna block. This is one of the things where I'm actually fine with kind of doing this for now because I have so many threats in hand. Honestly, a planes off the top would be best because then I could play Virtuoso and then protect it with Lauren's Escape. But we fall short of that. So let us do this instead. Let's plot. Let's play Swift Spear and pass. Just get real ready, you know? I mean, that is a modified creature and it does have trample and I'm going to let it hit. Go get your land. I believe in you. That does have reach. Wow. Let's get in. It seemed like mono green. I don't think Lauren's Escape is going to matter too much here. Sick. Yeah. Right on top. Down to 14. Now it's like, will you attack with a death touch here? What will you do? Mono green here. They're one short of like the big boy. Yes, sir. This one? I don't know what they would have. Oh, they have a desert, right? It has trample. It's a 6/4 flash creature. Look at me remembering new cards, I think. Deal 1/1. Put a 1/1 counter on it. Deals damage equal to its power to a creature. You got it. That's actually a good card. That's pretty sick. I can't even be upset with that. That's pretty sick. If that's the case, how close am I? I have 1, 2, 3. I don't think I can ward that. Let's just have you fly in. Let's just slam a Virtuoso here. Archdruid. Charm. Sick draw. I don't care about that at all. Attack. Yep. Absolutely disgusting. Oh my god. The amount that it doesn't matter anymore is absolutely absurd. Fugitive Codebreaker. See you later, buddy. Trample, trample, trample. Trample, trample, trample. Do all this. This can go. I will just show them the card. Yep, good game. Opponent goes first. I have a draw with this hand. I honestly am probably going to keep here. Because I can kind of put the Ruckus on the stack. And then I can Kamano after. And then if I have a Swift Spear, I can play it. And Ruckus it. And kind of do some nonsense like that. So I think keeping this hand's fine. Oh, just right on cue. So I'm actually going to do it the opposite way now. I'm actually going to play the Swift Spear first. I don't want to walk it into a counter spell, to be honest. And if I can pass this turn with the Lauren's Escape up, I will. Well. Let's have Kamano start cooking. They don't have counter spell. So they have a Fielder Ruin. And again, with the amount of mana that we have for the rest of the game, we're kind of just like, this Swift Spear is all we got. You know, we're going to Lawrence escape it, hope it's enough. If it's Elspeth Smite, I then Monstrous Rage instead. No. Ancestral Anger is good. I like it. Because if my Swift Spear does stay around this turn, it feels pretty good. Even though it's not likely to stay around, I guess, but you can hope, you know. This is where it's staying around is actually really good. Let's look for a creature. Man, a little bit of the Floodsy, huh? So much damage here, but we have to take out the Jace. I don't think I give him a draw to Jace. And then we go ahead and plot this. And now we have weird things we get to do where we can land, cycle Sokazon, have Kamano flip. Maybe we Demonic Ruckus to Kamano. But temporary lockdown's also horrible for us. Just open my stupid mouth, huh? Can I stop flooding? That'd be so sick. Thank you. Let's put this in. I don't like putting Ruckus on one of these cards, but I think making sure I draw a card with how much flooding I've done. I mean, if we have 3 lands out the gate, there's like a 33% chance that I have a land straight up. That is like the actual math. Do this. Actually gonna allow it so I can draw a card off my Ruckus here. Oh boy. In turn. Don't you worry about my dinky little 1/1. You got a Fielder Ruin me? I guess. That's fine. Grab a mountain. That kind of doesn't matter, I guess. But for them, they're wanting to make their mana a little bit easier, I think, personally. Alright, Virtuoso's sick. We'll walk it right into a board wipe. That's fine. Combat. This one. Yes. Walking. I'll take that. This one. Sure. Oh. Yeah. You left both on top. So how are we feeling about that decision right now? We're going in. We're attacking this turn. This one. It does give us another draw, so I'm down to do it. Sure. I mean, at that point, I'm down to just throw that away. Ones. All right. Here we go. We hit it. Two. Down to 2. Pass. Celestis, sure. Team? Team? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're crushing. We're absolutely dominating. So trolly. Hey, did you move? Did you get... She got camera shy. She left. She abandoned me. Is this the same scenario as before where I just take the gamble and if I hit a land or not? Or a creature? I think the answer is yes. With hands like this and a Lawrence escape and pretty much any threat being good, I think I like keeping hands like this. A lot of people argue you should maul, but I mean, we get to... I always call this suspend for some reason, but we get the plot right away. We hit a land, not the worst draw because it is the best land in our deck, but I would prefer a threat, obviously. Shredder? Oh no, Shredder's so good against us. We can try to kill it. Actually, they can't even block this. Sure, shred up, dude. Am I getting comboed? Oh no, I'm getting comboed. I gotta go fast. Oh no. The last I remember, they played no removal. I just played this yesterday. Shut up, chat. Shut up. Shut up. Relax. Everybody calm down. We're fine. Everybody, we're fine. As menace, they can't block this. We have to like pretty much kill them next turn. Okay. They can in theory block. Wait. Well, they grabbed otherworldly gaze. So they must have one of these in hand already. They're just looking to put the other combo piece in there. Leave me alone, chat. Everybody be quiet. Calm down. Alright, we're fine thus far. It didn't discard it. So we must be fine. This one? I don't know, chat. I think I have to try to slam here. Well, they have to double block, right? But can I bait them into double blocking here? I think the answer is probably yes. Yeah, no? They didn't double block? I want to plot this. I don't want to cast another spell. I don't want them to get closer. They have to be able to put it in their graveyard and do it this turn, which is not possible. They can set it up this turn. That is for sure. That is... They didn't even hit a land. They have a counterspell or something? At this point, I don't care if they have something. I have a Lawrence escape and I'm going for the win. I'm going for the dub. Oh, well, they have it next turn. It's there. Again, I have Lawrence escape. We are fine. They cannot block my Slickshot. What in tarnation? Oh, it's so funny. I mean, they have a bounce spell. I don't know. They have Faithful Mending. I do know that. That's a double block. We know this. I think it's just Faithful Mending in air. But I don't even get there. Oh, this is so tragic, dude. This doesn't even get me there. Good game. I don't want to say it was me, but I just posted this. So I'll let the video happen. So they bring this back. This happens. It deals 19. Does it again. Does it again. Over and over again. But either way, I'm not entirely sure, but I posted it yesterday. Probably not me, to be honest. I'm way too small. Way too small. Man, I really thought we had a chance. I just didn't have any big spells, right? Like these ruckuses are good, but like I didn't have a way to give this unblockable either. They just happened to have enough creatures. If they would have blocked earlier, we would have won, actually, which is weird because both our creatures would have had menace. I mean, this hand's fine, I guess. We're not playing white. We're not playing white cards in our mono red deck. You kidding me? Look at us. Look at us go, chat. We're nuts. Look at that. Counter it. You got it. You're nuts. I believe in you. Wow, stuck. Attack. Oh, it hit! This guy. I don't think... why did I play the land, dude? I got too excited. Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing all the... I'm just getting it out there. Yeah. Sick. Like, you know what? No. Actually, no. They were like, no shot. They must have thought I had the removal, but they're like, I'm not dealing with that. As soon as I left on top after the player fire, they gave up. Well, team, I don't know how much it gets much higher than that last game. So let's go ahead and talk about the list, and let's talk about kind of what's important, what things I like, what things I don't like. You know, the typical rundown of the deck and what we like to talk about here. So obviously, let's preview the kind of mainstay cards, the additions, if you would, to the list that we enjoy. Actually, there's even one more addition, a sneaky addition in this deck that actually makes it 10 times better. So we've tried Boros in the past. We've tried Boros Prowess, and realistically, the mana actually has been a big thorn in the side, and it's been so complicated in trying to just ensure we hit our land drops, because a lot of times what ends up happening is we hit it, but we have too many plains, we have too many mountains, our hands are really clunky. It doesn't work very well. I didn't really notice it today, like instinctually, because I've been playing a lot of decks recently where my mana has been pretty solid, or I'm playing a slower deck, so like I don't even really need the fast lands that much. I'm playing the kind of quicker or slow lands. But Inspiring Vantage actually popped up here and was incredible. The amount of times that I had this and played it on turn one and never really felt that mana was kind of teetering either way is actually really, really nice. And I think that's kind of going to be an underrated value that this deck has. I think is kind of... hopefully that comes across right. Either way, Inspiring Vantage is actually probably the best upgrade, or like obviously not as good as our other cards we're going to talk about, but it's just like one of the best upgrades that we could have got that's balanced and just good, that we didn't really ask for, but we got regardless. So other than that, we talk about Slickshot Show Off. Slickshot Show Off has been a beast today, and it feels like you're going to be losing tempo in order to play this on 2, but you miss out on 1 damage, and you can actually keep it protected by putting it into the plot zone, right? So the thing about Slickshot Show Off is that when it comes to a card like this, right, it's no different than playing this than playing a Swift Spear on 1 and kind of hitting them for 1. A lot of times you don't miss by 1 damage. You can, of course, like it's going to happen if you play infinite amount of games, you're going to miss by 1 eventually, right? But like the amount of times just putting this into the plot zone and protecting it from removal, and then just like playing it, targeting it with a demonic ruckus like we have, and then maybe monstrous raising or playing with fire and things like that. So that's what's been also sneakily nice here is... Let me talk about the actual cards before I get too deep. Slickshot, very, very good. Very insane. Kind of has that Kill a Fiend feeling where if they don't answer it, it's going to fly out through the air and cause a lot of damage. Kill a Fiend's a plus 3-0, but this is a 2-0 with flying and haste. Kill a Fiend doesn't have that, so that's kind of the trade-off. We take 1 plus 0 to make sure it has that flying and haste, which is very nice, and it's free on turns. But its little companion here, the Demonic Ruckus, is very cool. This card at 2 mana, if it did not have the plot, would generally be like a bad rate. I would think this rate's not necessarily that great. Like, It feels like Audacity, but it's a little less of the punch. But you get the Menace and Trample, but Trample's on Audacity, I think. And you get a 2-0 instead, but you don't get that Menace. And that's at 1 mana, so at 2 mana, you'd want this to do a lot. However, this is actually just 1 mana. We just do it later. Sometimes we could do it for 2, but it's typically the worst card in our hand for most things at 2 mana. But putting this on 1 and Slickshotting on 2 is actually insane. So the math works out pretty quickly, and we play this for free on turn 3. So in this scenario, we're going to assume we have 3 mana. We play this on 3. We ruckus onto it. That's +3. So it's already to 4. And that's free, and we have 3 mana untapped to do whatever we want. So if we monster trades here, that's +5 right away because it's +2/0, +2/0, plus the monster's roll token that doesn't fall off because Demonic Ruckus doesn't impact that. It's not a roll, so the roll doesn't bother it. So now we get another +5. Say we Ancestral Anger, now it's a +3. And it's got Trample, Flying, all these other things. And then say we play with Fire our opponent. That's just so much damage that it's absurd. So, like, real quick, this is 5. We have 1 to start off with. So we have 1 +3 here. So we're at 4. We're at 9. We're going to say that we angered it. So we go up to 12. And then we play with Fire, which does an additional 4. So we go all the way up to 16 damage on that turn 3. And it's very, very aggressive that way. I could have done that math wrong. But the thing that it really helps is that you'd be surprised how much plotting this actually foretells to your opponent what you're doing. And it's actually horrifying. Because they know that minimum, if they tap out, that if you just Slickshot, Demonic Ruckus, and any spell, which are obviously a Prowess deck, that they're going to take a big chunk. And they have to think about that the entire time that they're playing the game. They can't tap out and play the Jace because Slickshot's going to come off the top rope. They can't do anything too risky. Too much risk in their turn can cost them a lot of life. Because there's other turns where we can come mono first. And then on turn 2, double Ruckus if we don't have a spell that we like. And then play the Slickshot, have both these Ruckuses come off the top rope, right attached to the Slickshot. And then we have kind of the Lauren escape, which is the other MVP of the deck. This deck really needs this card, especially in best of 1. I will say our soft spot is like a little bit of removal. Like sometimes I would like a Witch Stalker Frenzy or something, or maybe more Lauren's Escape kind of effects. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, this deck is super cool, and I have a ton of fun playing it. It's all in. It's super great, and I think maybe there's 2 variations we can go from this. We can either drop the things like Lauren's Escape and the white in the deck, like Virtuoso, and go kind of stack onto that Gruul deck that's been very popular in the past, or we pivot into Light Paws and then we just go all auras out because obviously we get this, and then with Light Paws we can put that Light Paws in play and then have Ruckus come off attached and then go get the 2 mana. It's 1 colorless and a black that protects our Light Paws, and then we grab a ton of nonsense like that with our other spells like auras and whatnot, even though it's a little bit worse, I think, because Light Paws doesn't have as much versatility in this format, but who really knows. So outside of that, I'm going to call it there. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.